Get on my head. Get on my head. Get on my head.
Hello and welcome. So once again, if you're new here, my name is Kogot Peter, and on behalf of KP Travels, I would like to welcome you to this channel. Please subscribe and dial the notification button to keep up with me as I go ahead with my mission of conquering Africa. So today I'm going to Siwa, Egypt. Siwa is an oasis and a remote touristic spot deep in the desert close to the Libyan border, as you can see from this map here.
Hi.
So this is what Siwa looks like from a distance. I promise to take you to all the touristic spots, but first let me have some Egyptian look.
Looks nice. You can look at the mirror. Go. Yeah.
Are we going to take pictures on top of
Shali, yes.
all set and ready? So let me take you to my first destination, the Shali Fortress. So welcome to Shali Fortress. Shali Fortress is an ancient city that was built in the 12th and the 13th century. So basically you're looking at an 800-year-old city. And this is one thing that I really love about Egypt, because it's full of history. These are some of the cute pictures that I took on top of the Shali Fortress. So now I'll try to show you what Shali Fortress looks like from within. Come with me. Now we're right inside the Shali Fortress, and walking through these narrow streets, you know, my mind was tossing back and forth. I was trying to jump back into history and try to imagine how people lived here. Judging from the size of the streets, I can tell that the animals did not come inside. Possibly they left their camels and horses and donkeys outside, because if the camels would come inside here, it would be impossible for them to turn. This is very beautiful, considering that this was done 800 years ago, isn't it? Now let's go to my second destination, the Oracle Temple. The Oracle Temple was built between the year 663 and 535 BC, before Christ. However, it was not originally known as the Oracle Temple. It was known as the Temple of Amun. Amun means God, and so it was the Temple of God. However, in the year 331 BC, upon the conquest of Egypt by Alexander the Great, he came here for his coronation. He came here to be crowned as the new king of the ancient Egypt. And this moment in history changed two things. Number one, it gave the Temple of Amun a historical significance, and two, it changed the name from the Temple of Amun to the Oracle Temple. And again, moving past these great walls, I could imagine, I could feel how powerful these walls were in the past. These places were reserved for the rich, for the powerful, and I was trying to imagine, how it felt being in here back then. And the people you see in front of me are Adam and Sarah. in case you're going to Siwa, please contact me and I will link you up with them. And you will see Siwa in a way that you'd never see without them. They are beautiful people. Let me take you to my third destination, the Mountain of the Dead. Such a scary name. The Mountain of the Dead derives its name from the fact that it was a burial ground. The ancient Egyptians who lived here buried their dead people on this mountain. And for that reason, this mountain has many tombs or burial grounds, as you can see. And out of curiosity, I had to go inside one of the burial grounds. So come with me, I'll show you how it looks like inside. You see, the dead people were put in these compartments. Okay, so as I told you before, there are so many tombs on this mountain, but one stands out, and that is the tomb of Siamun. Siamun was a rich Greek guy who came to Egypt and lived in Egypt and worshipped the Egyptian gods, and when he died he was buried the Egyptian way. However, one difference stands out in his tomb. His tomb has a combination of both Egyptian and Greek artistic styles. After such a long day, it was time to cool off, so we went to watch the sunset. I'm not really a sunset sunrise guy, so I spent the whole time drinking coffee.
It's okay. Nice. It's good.
And this is one beautiful give Caesar what belongs to Caesar moment that I captured. And as the night fell, it was time to have dinner together as a family. So let me show you my last day in Siwa. My last day was a sacred day, an official day, a holy day, a special day, a day meant for what brought me to Siwa, and that is the Siwa Salt Lakes. The Siwa Salt Lakes is important because it is impossible to sink. I remember posting part of these videos on social media, and two questions stood out. One was, why is it impossible to sink? To answer that, it is impossible to sink because the water here is salty. And this brings me to the second question. So why is it that people drown in the ocean? To answer that, it's important to note that the water here is around 10 times saltier than the ocean water. That makes it 10 times denser than the ocean water, and this is way high above the human density, or the density of a standard human body, and that is why people float here. I must admit that at first I was quite skeptical. I was like, can I trust this? And you can see I was struggling in the water, because I felt like I'm going to sink. But with time, I floated my fears away, and it was such a superb